So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. And this place is living up to its reputation as one of the noisiest corners of the footballing world. No decibels spared in this collective chorus. It's Piontek! Just swings wide.
Oh, and it's such a good effort, and maybe the target really should have been hit.
Danilo. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Marquinhos. He's one of the toughest and most competitive centre-backs in the business. He's the kind of player you can rely on to always be just where you need him, making a vital interception or just making life difficult for the opposition to get through. And that's a very valuable characteristic.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Rafinha. He's got away.
Look, movement creates more options, and that was really sharply done.
Goes down, but nothing given. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Neymar! Just off target.
Well, to put it this way, he's probably made better decisions.
Zalewski. Lewandowski. This is promising. It's Lewandowski! He's keen, determined to have his say.
They're just lacking a cutting edge, Peter, and while that's fairly obvious, the rest of their attacking play is actually quite good.
So a third of the match, or thereabouts, gone, and we still await the first goal. Now it's Neymar. And it's Lewandowski. Now it's Piontek. Oh, important interception.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple. Piontek. Oh, such a clever touch. Piontek! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss. Marquinhos. And it's Danilo. Nice bit of trickery. Lewandowski. It's Lewandowski! In he goes again! Goal! Poland! The breakthrough strike! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
And listen, last line of defence and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
Number 20.
Poland have penetrated for the first time.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Szymanski. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Neymar goes in for the header! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Oh, it was such a clever pass that flummoxed the defence, and it could well be revisited, this.
Piontek. And here's Levin, and the finish! It's in! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Number 9. Robert Lewandowski.
Poland are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Zielinski. Poland heading towards the half-time break. The wind very much in their sails. Rafinha! Now, who's going to be first to this? Szymanski.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Piontek. He's got the shot away! And it's there! And again, they simply do not know what has hit them. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
"3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Rafinha. How he's going for goal! And that is great goalkeeping.
Well, if they hope to have any chance of turning this round, they have to abandon their shoot-on-sight policy. It's just not working.
And here's Rafinha. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Piontek. Nice control. Played into the middle. Good take by the keeper, he's read that well. And that'll be the final action of the first half. Well, the contrast in fortunes here could not be much more stark. All smiles on one side, their qualities have shone through. And look across the other way, and there is nothing short of absolute deflation.
Peter, do I really need to say anything, or can I simply refer you to the scoreline?
Poland 3-0 up at the break, precisely as they would have dreamt it. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. No changes at half-time that we're aware of. Zalewski. Danilo. And here's Rafinha. And that is out of play. They want to be quick to recover this. Zalewski.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Great defending, strong and determined. And here's Neymar. Well, already game, set and match, or so it feels. He is through here. It's a goal kick. It's an inviting looking ball, that. Pinches it off him. Zielinski charging forward, the ball at his feet.
The attendance for this
Quarter
match
of an hour into the second half.
649.
Szymanski takes control of it and he hits one! Great football, shot and save.
Well, he did get himself into a good position, something for him to cling to.
Substitutions taking place.
And we have our very first corner. And he's there to clear it. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? He really is being given no time to think on the ball now. Szymanski! That is decidedly lacking.
It was very much worth a try, and I've seen worse. That should tee him up nicely for his next attempt at least.
Linton. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of him. And he's on his way! Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And it's been given away. Kivior wins the duel this time. And that's played in low. Nicely aimed pass. Zalewski. And he's picked out the run. Real chance! He has done it!
Poland really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
Brazil, after 71 minutes.
So is this the start of a comeback?
Neymar.
Zielinski. And Szymanski. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Kivior. Here's Zielinski. And here's Lewandowski. Now it's Rafinha. He's shifting through the gears here.
That's good play from him.
Rafinha carries the ball down the right. It's a pretty loose pass. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side. Decent hit!
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Kivior. Szymanski. Lewandowski. Bruno Guimaraes. Linton. No, that's been intercepted. Kivior. Oh, he's burst through. Plenty to aim at here. There's the hit! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Substitution in progress.
Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Running strong and purposeful. And here's Levin. Can he finish? It's in! And they are pulling clear here. And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
He weighed up the landscape, Peter, and he stuck it bang in the corner.
Poland, number 9.
And he's done it again. He's got his second. So now the difference is 3. Time added on will be 2 minutes. And that's that. Well, that was a tale of 2 very different teams. One driven, ruthless, prolific. The other quite the opposite in all of those areas. The result, a very accurate reflection of what we saw. Lewandowski claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Poland's definitely impressing me here, especially the way that
Hello,
attack
everybody,
clicked.
and
Whether it
please
was
join me
link-up
in
play,
wishing a
running in
happy
behind,
wedding
this has just been a
anniversary
great
to
day
one
at
of
the
our
office.
band members.
So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of So we're all back together again, fresh still in our minds, those memories, the unbelievable highs, the unforgettable lows. And as the sides return to cross swords for the first time again, we just remind ourselves of the magic of this game. This is what it does to you. It keeps bringing you back, no matter what. And this place is living up to its reputation as one of the noisiest corners of the footballing world. No decibels spared in this collective chorus. We have already started here. Stones did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Bellingham! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Bellingham actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And it's been taken short. And now a sudden chance to counter. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. A look, has a goal! Superb goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Lacking for neither time nor space, it could scarcely have been more straightforward.
Well, look, he moves and manufactures in unique fashion. This guy is sheer class.
England are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Shifted it to the flank. Bellingham. No, that's been intercepted. Rafinha tries making a foray down the right. Stones kept his eye on it, and he's there. So just a one early goal to report so far. And the score is 1-0. And here's Neymar. Big chance! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Climbs up big! It's in! Hot knife through butter! They have done it again!
Well, we've seen the hunger to win it back and the focus to make it count. A very tasty combination.
Brazil are doing very nicely, thank you.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Alexander-Arnold. Now it's Kane. He's having a go! Brazil have hit a quick-fire double here and are well and truly in the driving seat. Rafinha. Rafinha going face-to-face with his great rival. Shapes to shoot! And he nearly went all the way.
He's the one player you want on the ball running at defences, and that's precisely why.
Alexander-Arnold. Rafinha. There he goes, motoring forward. It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Bruno Guimaraes. Great hit! They've got to be quick to recover this. Marquinhos. There's the shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Kyle Walker. Saka.
That's a modern defender's instinct from a modern coach's mindset.
That is lovely. He rises! Decent enough try.
That's a little unfortunate. He had a lot of people worried then.
Now he's off and running. Saka.
That's positional goals, the utilisation of space.
And he's onside. Ball swats. A mighty effort! Denied by an instinctive save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Brazil have the chance to go the other way. And the ball is out of play. It's a lovely, neat pass. He's had it taken off him. And he's straight offside. Yehi. Now Foden. Some good work on the right flank here. Vitor Roque given the lift of his goal. Neymar, this is promising. It's Neymar! Brazil heading towards the half-time break. The wind very much in their sails. Palmer. Foden. And the flag has stayed down. Oh, that's a fine challenge. Gabriel did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And he's intervened well there. Bellingham. Rice. For Palmer. And it's Kane. Now it's Foden. Couldn't quite squeeze that one through. Headed upfield. Cuts out the supply. Played through for the wide man. Kane. Now it's Kane. Caught offside that time. Marquinhos. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. We'll do it back on the first 45 minutes.
Brazil just didn't want the half-time whistle to be blown. Convincing and controlled.
Brazil are heading into the break very happy with how it's gone so far. Here we go again then. Bellingham.
Yeah, this kind of bold running will always get you into areas of possibility.
Rice. Could move up a gear here. Vitor Roque. Now it's Rafinha. Is there any support? He might not need it. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And it's Walker.
That's good play from him.
Must just lack pace.
Alexander-Arnold with the short one. That's a half-decent try.
Kane usually is so good from that range. He didn't quite connect as he can, though.
Marquinhos. Rafinha. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. A noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Well, this defence now knows that they have to reduce his movement because they've allowed him to run free.
Neymar. He's through. Now is he in?
Neymar, well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Saka.
Brazil couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Rafinha. Rafinha puts his foot on the gas. And here's Neymar. Kane put it away! Yes! And surely that settles it. Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
Brazil find a position of real strength now. No way through there. That's good running with the ball. Nice bit of skill, and he's away. Great chance! It goes to show he is human after all.
Brazil were again presented with an opportunity to break and look very, very threatening.
Alexander-Arnold. Bellingham. Threads one in. Spread neatly. Gabriel. Oh, he's been caught napping. Now it's Neymar. Now it's Rafinha. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Just about up to 75 minutes. Kane, shot, and the shot! Sticks it away!
Well, I think there's a few trying to claim offside, but he looks to have been on. Yeah, he was on.
Gol marcado para a Inglaterra. Aos 30 minutos do segundo tempo, pelo jogador, camisa 9. Substituição.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually. So, just a consolation, or is there a way back from here?
Para a entrada de camisa 6.
Joelinton.
Camisa 5. Substituição em andamento.
Watkins. And once more, he proves rigid and robust. Now it's Kane.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
And it's Danilo. Colwell clears it away. He's going for goal! Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Saka. Rice. He won't be happy with that one. Linton. Rafinha. It's anyone's ball now. The final 5 minutes. Grealish. Looking for the runner. Saka has it out wide and in space. Carries far too far and out of play.
Substituição no time do Brasil. Camisa 23. Sai para a entrada do jogador. Camisa 9.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Linton.
Teremos 3 minutos de acréscimo.
And he's there to retrieve it. Fourth official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. Emerson Royale. Linton. Saka. And that is that. Brazil can reflect on a job really well done. Superior tactically, physically and mentally. All round the better side. It turned into a very, very smooth ride. Neymar taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, the look on the manager's face says it all. He knows.